once again, just raise your hand and we'll pass the microphone to you. We'll start with Charlie.
Hi. How much better prepared are you for the game tomorrow compared to a year ago, where maybe against Juve it was inexperience rather than ability?
No, I think it's different, of course. I think it's different year, different season, different momentum. I think the period is completely different. It's difficult to compare from last year. I think it's nothing to do, and of course we believe and we have an amazing motivation to play because it's last 16 Champions League. Everyone wants to play. Everyone is going to be exciting tomorrow to play. But to be honest, we are not thinking in last year. I think only we need to be ready to compete in our best way.
Charlie, need the mic.
Yes.
Sorry. Keep hold of it.
But do you not think that experience is important, though, that you've had that experience?
I don't believe. To be honest, I don't believe. Experience is experience. We are going to play 1 year after. And of course, only experience is not important, and I think the most important is in the level that we are going to show tomorrow, in the level that we are today, in the way that we are going to approach the game. If we are capable to be better than the opponent and deserve to win, we are going to be through. But with experience, experience is nothing if you are not better than your opponent.
Yeah.
You worked miracles to get out of the group stage when after 3 games it looked like it wasn't going to happen. So is this now a bonus? And is there no expectation on you? Or
yes, for me, play Champions League with Tottenham is a massive bonus. I think after 30 years in a row to play Champions League, competing with big size, how we are competing in the last 4 years on Premier League, and to be one more time on Champions League, that is a massive bonus. I think no one expects nearly 5 years ago to be in that position, and I need to be honest. Different thing, of course, that we are going to try to win and be in the next stage of the Champions League, but it's of course that is a bonus.
And you praise your team every week, but they do keep going time and again and digging deeper and deeper to get results for you. I mentioned to Jan before about the last 4 games, but it's been the last 4 months probably that they've really dug deep for you. I mean, how much admiration do you have for your players?
No, I think it's not only in the last 4 games. The other day I was seeing in I don't know in which TV, that from the beginning of December we are the best team on Premier League, and that's talk very highly about the squad, about the player, and one more time is about they full deserve all the credit. I think we are doing a fantastic job. The players are giving their best, competing in again a lot of circumstances. And I think, I repeat one more time, I'm so proud to be in front of this group of players.
Question from Roger.
Hi Mauricio. Just first of all, we had the team news through Danny Rose. Are you confident that he might be available to play? It says he'll be assessed on match.
Tomorrow is impossible to start from the beginning. We need to assess him. This can be on the bench. It's tomorrow morning, and before the game we are going to assess. It can be on the bench. It is possible to help the team if we need him. But on the starting 11 today is not available to play.
You're obviously still in the race for the Premier League title and the Champions League. Could how far you go in each competition, or how well you do in each competition, depend on the other? And will there become a stage where you might have to prioritise one or the other?
No, I think we never. When you are in Tottenham, in a club like Tottenham, you cannot take one or another competition more seriously than another. I think you need to try to compete in your best, trying to win every single game and in every single competition to go further that you can. And of course, now after the defeat against Chelsea and of course Crystal Palace, that we are out of the domestic cup, I think of course the most important thing is tomorrow the Champions League, and then it's going to be the Premier League. I think always we prepare and we want to win every single game.
And just finally, a question on Son Heung-min, who has a fantastic goal-scoring record against Dortmund. I think it's 8 in 10 matches, including the last 3 while playing for Spurs. Just what do you put that down to? Do some players just have this thing where they play well against particular teams and it just seems to work for them on that?
Yeah, sometimes happen and you don't know why. And yes, maybe it's coincidence or maybe I don't know. But of course, happen. But I think Son is doing fantastic. I think after November, I think he start to feel important and start to he recover his confidence and is doing very well.
Okay, take a question from Matt Roger if you don't mind, just pass the mic back down to Jim.
Maurizio, is this about gaining European experience, or is the Champions League a competition that you believe Spurs can actually win?
I think I really believe that I can win every single game, and of course, but we know very well that the competition is going to be tough. We are going to face a team that is on the top of the table in the Bundesliga, and every season is doing well. It's a very competitive team, and of course it's going to be tough. With all the respect, of course, to our opponent, I am a person that always believes that can beat any team.
So, for a club with the resources of Tottenham, is it actually harder to win the Premier League over 38 matches than the Champions League over 13?
I think both competitions are so tough, and it's so difficult to win or Premier League or the Champions League. I think it's in the same level. Of course, there's a lot of more games in Premier League. Again, very big clubs where you are competing during 38 games, and you need to be consistent. I think we are showing that we are capable to be consistent this season. Of course, we'll see. We are there. We are so close. But of course, Champions League, you are going to face the best team on Europe, and of course, I think for me, the Premier League and Champions League are the most tougher competition on the world.
Okay, take a question from Dan over there.
Mauricio, I want to ask you about Toby Alderweireld, because this time last year he had some injury problems, he had a big hamstring problem, and he didn't play very much in the last few months of the season. This year I think he's only missed 2 or 3 games, he's very important. So have you been impressed by his fitness and his form?
Yes, I am happy with his performance, of course, and he's playing. Yes, of course, if he's not injured, is important, and of course I think he's doing a very good season.
And just one on Jadon Sancho, how impressed have you been by him this season, and when he left Man City, was he a player you'd have liked to have brought to Tottenham?
No, I'm not too much impressed about him. We knew very well that he was capable to do what he's doing now with game time. I think the quality that he was showing in Manchester City or in his national team, I think we were talking in the last few years that there was a massive prospect to be a very good player. Of course, that he's showing now in Germany that can cope with the pressure to play in Bundesliga or in Champions League. And not surprise me, his talent is there, and he's a very talented player.
Did you try and bring him to Tottenham?
I not talk about that. Come on.
Okay.
Rumors.
Matt Barlow with the next question. Just wait for the microphone.
Mauricio, it's been such an intense schedule for you. What will you say to your players for one last effort against Dortmund at Wembley? And is there a little prize for them afterwards? Do you give them a break, take them on holiday, something like that?
Yes, of course. We are going to be forced to have a few days to rest and to recover. It's a little bit a shame, like I explained before. Don't be in the same situation or circumstance that Dortmund. And of course, things like, I don't know, the example is Danny Rose, but one day more maybe can be available to play, but to reduce the time in between the both games, Sunday and Wednesday, is nearly impossible. We'll see if it can be on the bench. But of course, I am going to reward the player. What happened tomorrow, he deserves to be rewarded with some days off, spend time with the family, and of course to breathe a little bit and enjoy a little bit, because I think the schedule and the fixture was crazy for us until today.
Okay, Kerry.
Mauricio, Jan just alluded to that. You have grown this team into regular Champions League performers. You've seen many go from boys to men. Can you tell us your emotions that you feel sat in a manager's seat with the anthem playing, when your men are lined up regularly now alongside the likes of Real Madrid, Inter, Barcelona, and now Borussia Dortmund?
No, I am, like I told from the beginning, I think it's a massive bond for the club to be involved in the last 3 years in Champions League, when no one expected. Always was, when we arrived here, it was to build something special, to arrive to the new stadium with the possibility, after 1 year on the new stadium, to have the possibility to fight to be on the Champions League. And of course, with all the circumstances that we are living, being consistent in the Champions League is massive, and I feel so proud. I am so happy to be the manager of this group of players, of course, this club. And like always, because that is our nature, always impatient and want it more, and never is enough. But we need to see in perspective the pictures, and to feel proud. Of course, that we want to win. Yes, I want to win a title. We want to win a title. The player want to win a title. The fans, everyone, judge from outside the club, all that we are doing. But if you are honest with yourself, judging what Tottenham is doing in the last few years, I think it's fantastic show from the first to the bottom and to the top, and that is how I feel. So proud. Of course, that the ambition is to prepare and to be agree to try for the future, to be closer to win. It's going to be tough, but I think the responsibility of the club and for every single people here is to try to find the way, or to create a project to provide the club the possibility to be close to win.
Jan just said there earlier that he expects that 2 players will return for the second leg. Are they Dele and Harry? Is that the progress they're making? Are you confident they'll be available for the second leg? And if so, what confidence does that give this team?
I think all the players that today are not involved, like Dele, of course, Harry, Ben Davies, injury player, like Jansen is injured now, and of course, if you have all the player fit, I think it's going to be tough for me to select 11 players to play and 7 on the bench, but it's going to increase the competition in between them. And if we on the end we want to be there, being competing for Champions League or for the Premier League, you need all fit, of course. Hope, yes, and everyone can be fit in the next few weeks.
Right, we'll go Paul, and then we finish with David. Paul.
Mauricio, can I ask you 2 things about training that we saw today? Does Hugo Lloris often train with the outfield players rather than the goalkeepers?
Today?
He did today. Is that a regular thing?
Yeah, he started the warm-up with the whole team, rather to start the warm-up with the goalkeeper coach. But then, of course, he moved to another area.
He was doing sort of passing drills and things,
yes.
And I've not seen it before.
Yes, it's part of in the way that we work. I think the goalkeeper must to behave like a normal player, because we use a lot to play with their feet. And of course, after less than 48 hours, I think it's normally we use that for him to move, to feel in the way that touch the ball and be involved with different players, to play boxes, to play passing drills and everything. And then to complete with the goalkeeper coach a specific work.
and then we're also
You were there watching all the...
only the first 15 minutes.
Yes. After was when we finished the box, he moved, yes.
And the other thing, we're just so used to seeing you smiling all the time. Halfway through that warm-up, you walked a long way away. I wondered if that was a normal thing.
I was thinking...
What were you thinking about?
Well, I was thinking, watching every scene without me, you know. That is like... no metaphor. No, I think... I was walking. Was already... we had a meeting before. I explained how Dortmund play. We were showing to the squad different things to improve, and then I gave them the starting 11. Everything is done. Only was a few things on the training, and then I was waiting that you were away to start to work with the team. That was the reality, and I wasn't be involved there. And I wanted, I wanted to watch from the distance what is going on there.
Okay, David, to finish.
Hi Mauricio. We talked about a mission impossible after 3 games of the group, didn't we? The fact that you managed to succeed in that mission, what does that do for the belief and the energy? And at this stage of the season, when you should be out on your feet, really, given your schedule, does it allow you to go those extra yards?
Yes, of course. I think the key now is you need to find your energy in your motivation, in your own motivation, and of course that extra share is there. And I think we are going to arrive in a very good condition. Of course, that I described before or in the last few days, that was a little bit unfair. But that is not an excuse to arrive tomorrow in our best condition and fight to try to win. I think it's you can feel in the eyes of the player and the energy. We were talking on the meeting before, and it's completely different. If you ask me why, I don't know, because I am a person that I am, my own motivation always is high when play again Dortmund or Barcelona, or when I play again, I don't know, different games in different competition. But of course, you can feel that it's Champions League. You can feel that it's going to be a massive game, and again, I hope full stadium, Wembley. And of course, the motivation and the energy is going to be there. If not, if we are not ready to compete and to play in this type of plays and situations, I think it's something you can start to think that we have some problem. But I think we are going to find the energy and of course to give our best to try to be close to win tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.